When purchasing a new DAC, a music enthusiast usually has two main questions. Which device offers the best sound with its budget? And which DAC has a node input and output for all my sources? Fosi Audio ZD3 is a balanced digital to analog converter DAC, featuring an elegant design and a neat enclosure with a beveled front panel. The small round display may seem not most convenient at first, but you quickly get used to it. The volume knob also serves as an input selector. By pressing the knob, you can switch between different signal sources. However, in practice, it's more convenient to use the remote control for switching. The power supply for this DAC is external, which is typical for most high-end audiophile devices. Greeting dear friends, my name is AMZN. I am the founder of Premium Hi-Fi. We are located in Riga and bring people together through sound. Fosi Audio ZD3, with an approximate price of about $200 at the time of this review, is based on the Sabre 9039 2QM chip and offers very broad compatibility with digital services. HDMI for connecting, for example, a TV. Optical input, suitable for CD players and other sources. Coaxial input, another universal option for digital devices. USB for computers supporting PCM up to 32 bits 768 kHz and DSD up to 512. Balanced analog outputs, XLR for connecting professional active monitors or an amplifier with matching inputs. There are also standard RCA outputs. Using a switch hidden on the bottom of the enclosure, you can set the output to line level. It means to make it non-adjustable for better sound quality. Such a set of interfaces, including HDMI and balanced XLRs, is extremely rare in the around $200 price range. For comparison, among branded DACs up to €1,200, it's hard to find a model with similar functionality. One exception is the VM Ultra Streamer, which has HDMI, but it lacks balanced outputs. For testing, I connected the Fosi Audio ZD3 to the TV via optical input, and then linking the DAC's balanced XLR output to Reflector Audio Squad 2, a studio fuzz linear monitor speaker system with a perfect flat frequency response and minimal distortion. Such speakers are ideal for objectively evaluating a DAC's sound quality. From the first seconds, it was clear that the ZD3 sounded much better than you'd expect from a device costing $200. A month ago, I tested the VM Ultra Streamer with the same speakers via its analog RCA output and noted that its sound quality is noticeably inferior to the result with ZD3. Nevertheless, many fans of quality sound really like the VM Ultra. So, how does it sound? Audiophile or more music lover friendly? To characterize sound, I usually break down my impression into several criteria. First, frequency range. Fosi Audio ZD3 confidently reproduces the full frequency spectrum, from the best to the highest highs. On the Reflector Audio Squad 2, there is no noticeable distortion of coloration. The sound remains transparent and natural. Second, musical texture. I use texture to describe the system's ability to clearly separate different instruments while still presenting a coherent musical picture. In this regard, the ZD3 excels. Each instrument is adjustable through the track and does not blend into others. And third, soundstage and layering. In a good audio system, the sound detaches from the speakers and creates a soundstage between and behind them. The ZD3 provides a confident sense of depth, letting you hear the placement of musicians not only left to right, but also further back in the sound field. For a device at this price level, it's truly impressive. At the same time, I wouldn't call the ZD3 poorly audiophile, because dedicated audiophiles often look for every tiny detail of a recording, the performer breathing, subtle rustles, barely perceptible room echoes, and so on. On the perfectly flat Reflector Audio Squad 2, there wasn't much highlighting of such micro details. Perhaps on a systems with a slight boost in the treble region, these details will be more pronounced. Overall, however, This DAC can be called an advanced music lover's DAC, offering much more serious detail and specialness compared to budget models. For example, the Fosi Audio ZD3 for about $150. It can provide a fresh perspective on well-known tracks, and I found myself wanting to revisit my favorite music. Let's sum it up. Fosi Audio ZD3 is an extremely interesting and well-made product in the sub $200 category. It provides a wide range of inputs: HDMI, optical, coaxial, USB, supporting PCM up to 32-bit 768 kHz and DSD up to 512, as well as balanced XLR outputs. The sound impresses with its neutrality, detail, and depth of source stage, which together with its functionality make the ZD3 unique in terms of price to features. If you're not striving for ultra audiophile detail and not chasing every fine rustle, but you do want to significantly improve your system sound quality and get the maximum connectivity options, the Fosi Audio ZD3 could be an excellent choice. If you decide to order the Fosi Audio ZD3, please use the affiliate links in the description. That way you'll get a great DAC and support the premium hi-fi channel. That's all for now. May the force of the right sound for you be with you.